Donald Trump just had a deranged press conference with Kash Patel, our FBI director, who always looks like he's about to get caught doing a crime. Maybe that's true. Now, I'm going to bring you through a lot of these clips. In one of them, Stephen Miller, he brings up Stephen Miller, and everyone is saying that it's Donald Trump basically acknowledging that Stephen Miller is a Nazi. I'll just say it bluntly. But let's go through this. Now, Donald Trump did say that, he was asked about No King's Day, which, by the way, is coming up this Saturday. Find your local protest. But it's obviously bothering him. And then I have some thoughts after.
Stupid move. And they don't want to talk about it. They have their day coming up. I hear very few people are going to be there, by the way. But they have their day coming up, and they want to have their day in the sun. But they should really make a deal. So what we're doing, they call him Darth Vader, but he's actually a very nice person.
All right, so Donald Trump says that No King's Day, not a lot of people are going to show up. That, to me, sounds like a challenge. Sounds like a challenge to me. Are you going to go to No King's Day? Will you let me know in the comments? I think what we need to show is that not only are going, we're excited, and we are bringing our friends. So if you're going, please let me know in the comments when you're going, who you're going with, and where. Where are you going for No King's Day? Let's make this even bigger than the last one, because screw that. We're going to make this thing effing huge. And I also have for you here Donald Trump, where he says that, I don't imagine becoming president, not just once, but twice, and then still just making up reasons why it wasn't fair.
By the way, you won Georgia 3 times.
I agree. Do you agree with me?
I do.
He's the media.
For someone that spends a lot of time in Georgia, I believe you won that. Okay. I really have a question about...
the word believe isn't strong enough, right?
Yeah,
you know.
There you go.
It's true. I know I won, too. We have the great Newt Gingrich. Newt, you agree with us? Sure. Good. Otherwise, I'd have him dismissed immediately from his wife, as you know, is becoming an ambassador to a great country. Callista, so congratulations. We're going to take a picture. And the only reason I'm doing it, he speaks so well of me. He said, I'll go down as the greatest president in history. And then he blew it. He said, I'm not sure if I put him above Washington or Lincoln. So I'm not that happy about that, dude.
I got a question, by the way.
He definitely means that. He probably thinks he is better than Abraham Lincoln and George Washington. Well, Abraham Lincoln stopped the Civil War. He didn't start one. And he also didn't challenge elections. And I just don't get it. He's won twice, but it's still, he lost 2020. He can't get over the fact that he did not win Georgia. And I was in Georgia working on the Ossoff campaign at the time as his senior digital advisor. And I can tell you, as a matter of fact, Donald Trump did not win Georgia. Now, Donald Trump also said this about Chuck Schumer, and then wondered if it's happening to him.
This is a Democrat Schumer shutdown. And he's trying to do it to get relevance back into the party because he's a loser. I've known him all his life. He's always been sort of a loser, but an intelligent one. But I think he's losing IQ points with time. I think that happens. I hope it hasn't happened with me. I know if it did, you guys will let me know about it very quickly.
Do you think it's happening to Donald Trump? Do you think he's losing his IQ points? Governor Gavin Newsom says it has. It has. And then Donald Trump said this about Jack Smith. Now, I do have a video coming up about Jack Smith later tonight, so watch out for that. But here's what he said about Jack Smith, who was just recently interviewed.
President, given you have the FBI director and attorney general here today, Jim Jordan has asked Jack Smith to appear in front of the House Judiciary.
You mean deranged, Jack? He's a deranged individual, yeah.
He's asked him to.
Well, they should. I'm surprised it takes so long. Right. We're talking about violent crime. What about the crime against a political opponent? That's what we have to talk about, too.
Jordan would like to understand the full extent to which the Biden-Harris Justice Department weaponized federal law enforcement.
Whatever. Isn't it crazy that they have these propagandists as reporters now asking questions that seem like they're legitimate questions, but these are just questions that give Donald Trump a layup to talk about the propaganda. Like, why is a reporter is basically already assuming that there was that the Department of Justice under Biden was weaponized. They're just assuming that to be true. It's not. It wasn't weaponized. The Department of Justice is being weaponized now, but Biden's was not weaponized. In fact, Biden did everything he could to stay out of it, and I wish he wouldn't have, because maybe wouldn't be in this situation. Now, Donald Trump was also randomly brought up Stephen Miller, and he said something that everyone immediately clocked as Donald Trump basically admitting Stephen Miller is a Nazi. Listen to this. It's very, very, very eerie.
Didn't get elected. I did get elected for crime, but I didn't get elected for what we're doing. This is many, many steps above it. I want to thank Stephen Miller, who's right back in the audience right there. I'd love to have him. I love watching him on television. I'd love to have him come up and explain his true feelings, but maybe not his truest feelings. That might be going a little bit too far. But Stephen, thank you for doing an unbelievable job. And the people of this country love you, I'll tell you, and they love what you say about crime and stopping crime.
I think, I mean, it's not even in this quote, but I think it's incredible too, is that he admits that he was partially put into office again because of crime, but they're going above and beyond anything they promised to do in the campaign trail. And everyone, the press conference, if Trump let Stephen Miller voice his truest feelings. Dan Pfeiffer says, well, that's pretty revealing. Agreed. Hassan says they know he's a fucking Nazi man. Governor Gavin Newsom, Stephen Miller's true feelings. He wants to deport Lady Liberty. Someone else said, this is effing insane. He's dead ass saying he's okay with Miller being a bald Nazi, and he's thankful for him. We are reaching levels of Cook we'd never seen before. And Evan said, this is just Trump admitting, Stephen Miller is a fucking Nazi. Do you think that's what Donald Trump meant? It kind of sounds like it. It kind of sounds like it to me. Now, Donald Trump also said, I'm not going to play the clip because we know what it is, but he's also still saying that he has brought in $18 trillion into the country. When we spend every year $30 trillion, then why can't, if that were the case, we should be able to pay for we could be paying for anything. He acts like we're broke as a joke. Now, we are certainly in debt. We are in a lot of debt, but we're also not so broke that we can't fund healthcare, which is what this whole shutdown's about. But I don't understand why the mainstream media allows stuff like this to just go by, where he's blatantly lying. Now, he also said this racist ass thing where he said, Boston had a bad mayor who at least is a reasonable IQ person. Most of them are low IQ. I mean, what's going on in Chicago? Boston's mayor happens to be Asian. Yeah. I wonder what he means by low IQ. Doesn't take a lot to guess. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Quick update here, and I will see you soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.